attack of super dragons. 28 balloons. And he's going with a life gem and Lavaloon Puppet. Look at these balloons just slowly moving their way around, making it look easy. It's the final match of round one, and we've got Demo, Ninj, and Soham taking on Pato, Leo, and Celinho. And the war has begun right there. So let's go ahead and start revealing these picks and bans right now. So the very first thing that is going to be banned in this match, and nobody is going to be able to bring and use, it's banned by Ninja's team, and that's the Electro Boots. So no Electro Boots coming in at all for anybody here today. Then apart from the Electro Boots, we are now jumping over to what Pato and his team are banning. They get back-to-back bans. So they go 2 in a row here. And their first ban is the Fireball. Of course, a strong ability. But they didn't go Eternal Tone, which is interesting. And what is the next selection that they are banning in this match? Well, it's going to be probably the most common thing banned totally, and that is the Rage spell. So no Electro Boots, no Fireball, and no Rage so far allowed in this match. Now we jump back over to Ninja's team and what they are deciding to ban, and their selection is in, and they are going to go the route of a Troop of the Root Rider. Ooh, so we got no Root Riders. Okay, you know, Root Riders are meta. They're so strong. No Root Riders, and now they're going to get a second ban in a row. So this is their third ban overall. No one will be able to use this, and their final ban is the Dragons. So no Dragons, no Root Riders at all in this match, entirely by anyone. And then we have one final ban coming in here, and no one's able to use this in the match. And Pato and his team have said, you know what? Let's go ahead and ban the Giant Gauntlet. That's interesting. They decided not to go Eternal Tome? Wait, why would you not go Eternal? Okay, because now we jump over to pick number 1 for Team Ninj. And what is their selection? Well, you can probably guess what they're going to pick. Absolutely. It's going to be the Eternal Tome. So they are going to be allowed to bring the Eternal Tome. Pato, Celinho, and Leo are not allowed to bring that for the Grand Warden. Now we jump over to pick 2 and pick 3. They're going to get 2 picks in a row, and their selection is in. And what are they taking here today? For pick 2 overall, it is going to be the Poison Spell. So no Poison Spell allowed for Ninj, Demo, and Soham. But now Pato and his team have another selection. Their second pick in a row, so pick 3 overall, is going to be the Healer Troop. Healers are only allowed for Pato's team, but Ninj, Demo, and Soham, they could bring the Healer Puppet if you so choose, because those are different. Healer Troop, Healer Puppet, they're not the same thing, so they will be different. Now we jump back over to Ninja's team, pick number 4. And they, probably a smart choice, are going to be going the route of the Rage Gem. Absolutely, a very smart choice, because since there's no Rage allowed at all in this match, they'll get the benefit of the Warden's Rage Gem. They also have the Eternal Tome as well, but they get one final pick, pick number 5, and my friends, they want to nullify. They want to nullify that Warden, and they're going with a Healing Tome. So pretty much Celinho, Leo, and Pato can't bring any of those Warden abilities. No Fireball, no Healing Tome, no Rage Gem, no Eternal Tome. So their Warden is basically useless. They only got is a Life Gem and a Lavaloon Puppet if they so choose to bring him, which is very interesting. But now, this last troop, mark my words, this last item, well, I said troop because I just revealed it. The last thing is pick 6, and that is a balloon that is not allowed. What I wanted to say was this troop here, pick 6, that is banned, or selected for them, it's banned for Ninj, Demo, and Soham. This could come back to hurt Ninj, Demo, and Soham, because hopefully don't accidentally put a balloon in their offensive CC, because if you do bring something that's not allowed, that's banned, it's minus a star and minus 5% overall from the entire war, every item you bring that is banned. And the first attack is in. Soham, good luck. Let's see what you got cooked up. Remember, the items that they're not allowed to bring: poison, healers, balloons, and then everything in red. So let's see, it's Rocket Loons to start, and it's an attack of super dragons. Baby dragon to the left. Rockaloons going in as some Teslas have popped up down here. With a minion prince, we have a Rage Gem and the Eternal Tome on this Warden that he's going with. And we got a log launcher off to the left. Skeleton spell to distract that monolith. Minion prince continuing to move his way to the bottom, as the Yeti is going to make its way off to the left to help with a little bit of funneling. But we got Rockaloons also coming to the top side of the base as the Minion Prince is crushing right on through this bottom side down here. Look at him go. He can continue to move his way into the middle as the monolith was just secured like that as the Super Dragons are down. Moving in with that Grand Warden, pops a brilliant Minion Prince ability, but no poison spell allowed for them. So he's going to have to continue right on through. The Queen will burn her ability to the Giant. Rockaloon's coming out. Furnace is there, and there's lightning spells to try to take the place of the poison. Pops that Warden Eternal Tome. Got to push through the witches, and he does with that Super Dragon. Does have a bat and an earthquake. Freezes up the one spitter. Continuing to move his way through it. A bat spell off to the right side to distract that air defense. And there's the king. Continuing to move his way through. There's a freeze and a heal on the Super Dragons. Moving his way in towards this town hall. Giant is there getting hit by the ground expo. Pulls a Seeking Air Mine. But he goes with another freeze here. I'm liking it. It's looking pretty good here, right? The king, he can move his way through. The defensive king is there. He can freeze up this air defense. Again, the spiky ball does not hit the air defense. So we invest that freeze right there. The Super Dragons are moving their way through this bottom. So that Headhunter tries to move also through down here to get to the enemy queen. There's, oh, I think he double froze. The double freeze here. Is it going to be enough with a multi-archer tower? Could that cost him? Wait, that multi-arch tower is doing work on the giant, taking that down. The king's on the outside. The multi-arch tower locks onto the Sneezy. Oh, wait a second. The spawn of that Sneezy actually helped lower the damage and get through that multi-arch tower. And he's going to get it. The king will come back to life with the Phoenix and barely gets that 3-star. So Soham, well done. A 3 to start off this match here, and he doesn't bring anything banned, so he's totally fine. Well done to you. And now Pato is in, and I'm really curious to see what he's going to bring. This is the first time seeing him and his teammates in a pick and ban style, and it's going to be 28 balloons. And he's going with the Life Gem and Lavaloon Puppet, so he is bringing the Warden. Okay. And it's going to be going to the air as the king is down right next to that ice golem, pushing his way through this right side. As we've got a Yeti, no rages. We got freezes, haste, poison, heal. That's all good. That's stuff that they could bring. 5 headhunters with a stone slammer also selected. Pops that king ability. Spiky ball skips all the way across to the left. Does have the giant, or the action figure for that queen, as he's pushing the king in towards this town hall. The queen comes back, actually, to the defensive minion prince. Headhunters are there. The queen's ability will probably be forced here through this town hall. Air Skelly's popping, and there comes the clan castle. Sends in that raw champion to the far right side. Poisons up the CC of the ice golem and the super minion. Continuing to push this RC through this ground expo to help secure that. And now here comes the stone slammer. Straight to the bottom side of the space. We got balloons coming onto that bomb tower to the top side. Going to slowly push the stone slammer through the bottom side as the queen's ability has gone off. And here comes an ice hound now to the left, which will act as a freeze as well once it dies. And there it is, freezes up that entire compartment. Sends in a regular lava hound. Oh, a haste. And he finds a tornado trap, maybe, or it just wore off. As he's still... Oh, wait, I was going to say he's going to pop Warden ability, but no, he doesn't have an Eternal Tome. I forgot. So he goes with the Lavaloon Puppet, moving his way through to the top side. Balloons onto the Archer Tower up top. Look at this. There's a skeleton spell onto the ground expo. He's moving his way through these balloons. 4 left here. And my friends, it is an answer from Pato. And if you guys are wondering, Carbon, what's if they keep going triple for triple for triple, and it's a perfect war? Well, there is a tiebreaker scenario, and it's not time. No, time is not a tiebreaker. The tiebreaker is a 1v1 challenge in hard mode with these restrictions. So if they stay tied, they will do a 1v1 hard mode situation attack, and it will go back and forth. If it's triple after triple, it'll just keep going until someone is decided and declared the winner. But Pato, what a strong and overwhelming attack. Well done. Good luck to Demo as he is up next, and his plan of attack is Super Witches. So we've got something different here. Eternal Tome with the Rage Gem on that Grand Warden. Remember, no Fireball allowed in this match, as it is banned. Part of banned. Fireball, Rage, Giant Gauntlet, Electro Boots, Blue Riders, Dragons. No one can use any of that. Let's see, as the King's got the Spike Ball, Earthquake Boots. Ooh, Giant Arrow. Okay, with the Healer Puppet, that's allowed. And the Rocket Spear with the Seeking Shield. So we have the Grand Warden off to the right side, but he can't use healers. So he's going to have to go with the Druids. That's why he's got Druids here selected. Does have a Flame Flinger also selected there, and it's going to go where the Grand Warden is. The Grand Warden and the Flame Flinger are near the outside edge of the space. Warden clears some of that, drops an Ice Golem just before this Ground Expo would be locking onto that Flame Flinger there. And let's see. Oh, wait a second. Okay, the Warden might get targeted, or will it be the Ground Expo? Which one's going to get targeted? It is the Grand Warden. He's closer now. So the Grand Warden is getting targeted, and he's going to allow this Flame Flinger to stay alive. That was a very nice job there. And he's going to pull the Grand Warden. Oh my God, that was brilliant. That was a brilliant little mini Warden walk there, and allow the Flame Flinger to stay protected. And now the Super Witches and Druids are moving their way up to the top. So I love that small detail there. And there's a Queen Arrow right through the core of the space. Lightning spells on the back side with the Earthquake, but it does not clear the Ground Expo or the Scatter Shot here. That's going to be a little bit of a problem. There's a jump spell now for these Super Witches to get access to the core of the space. They will have to deal with that Clan Castle. Queen stays at the outside. Will have the Warden Eternal Tome to help protect. There's a freeze on the Ricochet Cannon. Crazy on the Town Hall. Rocket Balloons coming out. There's a Witches and a Furnace that are waiting right in the core. He's going to have to push through. Pops that King's Spiky Ball. Earthquake Boots right in the middle of the space and uses that Invis spell as he tries to continue to path his way to the Monolith. Flame Flinger still getting some nice value off to the right side. Pushing his way through. Ground Skeleton the backside of this base. Ooh, the Scatter Shot. They're getting distracted a little. There is the Warden ability. Quite a bit late there, but protecting enough. But the Druids are gone, so no more Druids to heal him up. Can he continue to power through this Monolith here? There's a few Headhunters into the middle of the base. Flame Flinger opens with Yetis. Queen, a very nice freeze there. He saw the Queen was going down. Invest that freeze. Maybe send the RC where the Queen is. Does he decide to do that? No, he sends the RC to the bottom side. Pops her ability right away to help clear that. But Super Witches are dead. Queen is trying to do her best to stay alive. Yetis are still moving. But this is... Oh, wait, that Ground Expo is back to full health. It was low, but it must have got repaired. The Queen, Headhunter. Oh, rip. The Queen goes down. The Headhunter does not finish off the enemy Royal Champion. The Warden Rage Gem with the RC. Finish off the RC for RC. Oh my God, 25 seconds. He's got two wizards. What does he do? Demo, you can't fail. You can't fail. This could cost you the match. This could cost you if they go perfect. Oh gosh. One wizard left in a dream and a rage spell. This rage spell could be saving them. He's moving 12 seconds. Demo, demo, demo. 8, 7, 6, 5, Warden! Move, Warden, move! 2, 1! Oh, no! A 99% time fail. And Leo is up to answer the call. As long as he gets the triple to keep the lead. And let's see, the plan of attack is the Lalo. Leo and their team love the Lalo. And let's see him bring the Life Gem and the Lavaloon Puppet. Okay, he's got a Golem. He's got a Freeze Lightning as well. So it's pretty much the same attack that Pato brought. They saw that, you know, it works so well. Let's bring it and continue bringing it here. As a goal, or the Yetis on the bottom side. King is down south as well. We have the Rocket Spear onto that Royal Champion. The Yeti dies, drops that Queen to the bottom, in towards the defensive King. Headhunters to help clear him. Going to continue to move through. We do have Earthquakes right through the core. Ooh, a nice value. Look at those lightning spells. Getting the middle of that base down as that Queen continues. Pops that King ability. Right on through. Drops the Baby Dragon, try to help force a funnel. But the King is walking a bit. He does come back towards the Town Hall. They do have a poison spell. Can deploy it now. Sends it right onto the Furnace in the core. As he has to push through the side, the Ice Golem. So he'll get frozen up. Queen does not have a Giant. Sends in the Royal Champion behind a Golem to help get more value so she keeps her health. Pops the Queen ability now. Splits off with the mirror. Goes invisible and locks up that Town Hall. Now this RC will continue her way, pops her ability, skips through. And there goes a balloon off to the right side. Drops a skeleton onto the enemy queen, and a stone slammer is coming through. Gonna move through as the RC pops, or continues. Actually, she can make her way into the core of the space. And now the Lalo is moving right on through, and the Ice Hound will trigger the Giga Bomb, freeze up that section, and triggers the Tornado Trap. And look at him continue through. The Monolith is locking on now to the Super Dragon in the core, but the RC goes invisible, freezes it up to try to keep that Super Dragon alive. One more Hound. He does have that Lavaloon Puppet continuing. The Life Gem is definitely helping out quite a bit, but he's got to haste into that scatter. Very nice Lavaloon, patient as he continues to move his way through. The multi is still there. He'll have to backtrack towards it. The Spitter is not going to be targeting the balloons that are coming around, but look at these balloons just slowly moving their way around, making it look easy and taking full advantage of the selections. And I thought, with almost having no warded ability, no fireball, no healing tome, no rage gem, and an eternal tome, that their warden would almost be nullified. But no, Life Gem and Lavaloon Puppet doing work here and getting it done. Leo with a brilliant 3-star. And now Ninj is in with their final attack. If he gets a triple, they're gonna force Celinho to have to 3. So let's see. The plan of attack is Super Dragons. With 2 Overgrowth and 10 freezes for Ninj here. 10 freezes, 2 Overgrowth, 6 Super Dragons. Okay, Grand Warden does have the Eternal Tome with the Rage. Giant Arrow, Spiky Ball, Earthquake Boots, Minion Prince with the Dark Orb, as we got Rockaloon coming to the left with a Super Dragon over there. Now that Super Dragon will continue. There is that Queen's Arrow straight through the bottom side of the space. Slice right across, and here comes the rest of the Super Dragons with the Grand Warden and the Minion Prince. And the Queen stay alive, pairs in the Ice Golem King as well. Oh, enemy Queen freezes. Okay. There you go. Pairs in that Warden Internal Tome and just clips that Stone Slammer right there. Can he keep this Queen alive? Freezes up the Monolith and the Town Hall as he continues to push his way through the core of the space. There's the Overgrowth to the backside of the base as the King's Earthquake Boots goes across. But I don't think his Queen can stay alive. No, he lost his Queen. There's freezes coming through, trying to keep these Super Dragons moving right through the core of the space. Minion Prince will have the ability with another 4 freezes, just kind of trying to keep that Town Hall frozen. But the Super Dragons are trying to stay alive here. Another freeze onto the enemy Royal Champion. Continues to keep that Monolith frozen. A freeze to the top side, still with another Overgrowth. There it is. The defensive rage spell did get activated, and now there's a Minion Prince Dark Orb. As does he have enough? Only 1 freeze left. This Minion Prince needs to get a lot of value to the top side. These Super Dragons took a lot of damage. The Warden is alive with the Rage. The air defense is going to be locking on to this Minion Prince. He can go with a freeze after it. Oh, there it is. He would have to freeze it after the Metal Pants have worn off. He's trying his best. The Rage spell is glitching out there. But can he move through the Spitters there? Air defense does go down. And the Minion Prince coming back to life. That's huge as he tries to continue. Super Dragon is so low, though. The scatter shot's gonna lock onto him. The Sneezy is there. Super Dragon is gone. Now it's up to the Warden. Needs a... No, there's no way. The multi remains. The Sneezy's up. And he's not gonna force Celinho to have the triple. And that is now 2 fails. Not just 1, the 99. But... oh, wait. Did I speak too soon? No. Wait, this Sneezy is like raged up there. But he's not gonna be able to get it. And this is gonna be a 2. And the Rage Spell Towers did some work, and to think that they had like all the Warden abilities to their disposal there, and it did not result. It only resulted in 1 triple. That's crazy to think about. But it is going to be in the low 90s. Headhunter's going to die here, as it's going to be a 93% 2-star for Ninj. Nice try. And the final attacker, Celinho, is up. And we saw 2 Lalos from their team. And what are they bringing? Another Lalo. 31 balloons, a clone, 7 lightning spells. Let's see, as there's Earthquake, lightning right through to hit the Spitter, the Rage, and the Scatter shot. Does have the Warden with the Life Gem, Lavaloon Puppet. King off to the right side. We have a Blimp going in for this Town Hall. And it's going to be a clone up. Yetis, poison onto the CC. Yes, he is cloning the Yetis. Cannot invest the Rage spell. And double check to see if he's brought everything that's allowed for their team. And it looks like they're fine there as he continues through. Because remember, even if you're down by a star, their opponent could bring something that's banned that lowers their total count. But everything here looks fine. Yetis that came out, perfectly okay. There was no Root Riders or Dragon in there. As the Queen is going to make her way through to the right side. These Ice Golems are going to be a little annoying. Going to have to get through this first one. The second one is very low health. And let's see, he'll just get frozen up here. Then one-shot that as now the King tanking that Crown Expo. As he'll move his way into here. Can he get out in front of this Queen? Drops his Ice Golem to help protect his Queen and Rocket Loons onto the bomb tower down here, which help clear the funnel and grabs both these buildings because of the splash from the direction that the Rocket Loons flew into the base. As the Queen will make her way to the right with the Giant there, as the King can continue his way through with an Earthquake Boot Spiky Ball. He could get a lot of value. Nice freeze. Giant comes across back to the other side as the King's Earthquake Boots brilliantly gets, oh my god, even skip to the Wizard Tower down south, helps add to the funneling value. As the Queen finds a Tornado Trap, King comes back to life, and the Giant's also going to get out from that Queen. As the Lalo with the Warden and the Mini Prince coming to the top side, going to move in towards the Ricochet Cannon. As we have that Queen securing the core, continuing his way into the multi, slowly but surely making his way around. Pops that Warden ability now with the Lavaloons. Can he continue to keep these balloons alive with only one haste? I don't know. His balloons are dying. Oh, no Royal Champion to use. Ice out to the backside. Mini Prince needs to then secure that multi. The multi-archer tower is hitting this Grand Warden, so he's going to lose the benefit of the life gem, which is very... Oh, wait, the Warden gets out of range there. Okay, can he time this perfectly? Nice Ice Golem to the left side to help stall things up, and then he's continuing. A Minion Prince ability would be perfect. Still hangs on to it, moving his way through. Mini Prince stays to the top side. There's a haste spell to the bottom for those loons. The Ice Hound will die, freeze up this area. Minion Prince still hanging on, finally not popping the ability. He needs the Ice Hound to die, so it freezes this area with 22 seconds left. And look at that. Celinho, Leo, and Pato are gonna get a perfect war. And they're 3 for 3. And their opponent who they're gonna be facing, which is Ghost, Crispy, and Van, we're also the only team to get a perfect war. So it's gonna be a perfect war versus perfect war in the next round. And Celinho, nice attack. And there it is, my friends. A total of 9 stars to a total of 7. A fantastic war for them. And up next, Kingsman, Nachoa, Emron versus Mask, Hawk, and Cynthia in the lower bracket. With 12 lightning spells and no Grand Warden. I mean, it makes sense. Oh no! The Giant, the Giga Bomb! No way! What? You gotta be kidding me! The Giant dies! And it falls short for a 99% 2-star.